Despite being a self-proclaimed car guy, I don't usually go to many car meets. Because of my introverted nature and the fact that the cars I'm into aren't really popular at an average car meet here, that usually means that I'll go to 1 or 2 per season. However, earlier this year I've caught wind of a special event that might just be perfect for me. This is AM Walhalla, heaven for unknown, undesired and underappreciated cars, organized by Elk Merkwaardig, a Dutch car club that specializes in just that. And me being a devout admirer of the type of vehicles for which some Australian YouTubers use the term nugget, and this probably being the place to experience such nuggetry of which I only ever dreamed of, I knew I had to be there. And an arduous 14-hour drive later, there I was. I arrived just as the event started and could see all of the wonderful machines rolling in. Before you knew it, the parking lot was full of just the most bizarre specimen of the car world, that most of which I've never even seen before. Like this Peugeot Hogger, which is a front end of a facelift 206 with a pickup bed. And some I didn't even know about, so there was a lot of going to the back and checking the badge to see what I was looking at. There were quite a lot of cars which I remember seeing everywhere in my childhood, but then they suddenly just vanished. Such examples include the Renault 19, Peugeot 309 and the first generation Mondeo, though this one is the cool one with a V6. There were also some more pretty rare specimen. I saw my first Reliant, a bone stock left-hand drive 8.6, the absolute unit that is the Toyota Century, and there was also a Golf Country, an off-road 4-wheel drive lifted version of the second generation Golf that you could get straight from Volkswagen.
Why did they make this? But also like, thank God they made it.
Exactly. Yeah. And also like, it's very hard to see these in such a good condition because they've all been like abused.
And speaking of the Volkswagen Auto Group, there was also a couple of my favorite nuggets that they've ever produced. The Audi A2.
And all aluminum. This is awesome. Like the way do you open the hood, you just take it off. Yeah, I really want to get one of these for the channel because they are such quirky cars. This curved rear tailgate, like the glass. I fucking love this when the cars have like
probably
this.
Probably very hard to replace.
Yeah. These are cool. Yeah. These cars are getting super expensive because Opel fans are like crazy when it comes to buying cars. Like they will pay a huge amount. I mean, I think it's like, it has Skyline parts or like it's based on Skyline?
It is a Skyline. Notice like the plates that are on means that car has been in Belgium for like 20 years already. So this was imported very early.
Ooh.
My favorite thing was going around the car meet in search of K-cars, which are tiny cars all sporting a 660cc engine made for the Japanese market. And they come in all sorts of shapes and configurations, but are all packed into these small packages. Like this Subaru Vivio, for example. This one is a cabrio version, and thanks to the hood scoop, you know it is the supercharged one. And some were also available with a button-activated 4-wheel drive. One of the most popular K-cars is the Honda Beat, which is a rear-wheel drive mid-engined mini sports car with a 3-cylinder engine that revs to 9,000 RPM.
Definitely one of my dream cars to have because it doesn't get cooler than this.
But I think we have a slight problem of
yeah, that might be a problem, yeah.
Another example of a cool K sports car is this Suzuki Cappuccino, which is front-engined, rear-wheel drive and turbocharged.
It looks like something you would make in
automation.
Yeah.
Though not all K cars were exclusive to the Japanese market. This is a Daewoo Tico, which is basically a rebadged Suzuki Alto. But when they were sold here, the 660cc engine was replaced for something slightly bigger. And while it's technically not a K car, I feel this is an appropriate time to show off this lovely, absolutely pristine Mazda 121 with a sunroof sporting some lovely Renault Teddy wheels.
This is fantastic. This is amazing.
A brand very dear to my heart that is synonymous with small cars, which also includes many K cars, is of course Daihatsu. Some models were available in Europe, but you rarely see them, so I was super happy to see so many at the event. Among them was also this lovely Mira, or rather Cuore, as it was known in Europe.
I made some original modifications to it and stuff, but...
and what engine does it come with?
Oh, that's not so stock anymore. Originally it came with an electronic carburetor, so it's really a shit show. But now it has
worst of both worlds.
EJD, so there's a L700 right there. That engine. So it's injection instead of a carburetor. And I have a Cutlass 3-to-1 stainless steel, full exhaust as well. So, and I'm still making a cool intake. So I have this washer fluid that goes there.
Yeah.
And then I make a pipe here, and then I make a box here, because this is of course the most hot air you can have.
Yeah.
But it's only what fit now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was maybe thinking of a hood scoop, but then you also have a lot of dirt coming on the engine bay, which I also not so fan about.
I mean, how high does it rev? Because I've seen the gauge, it goes...
That's the original engine.
Okay.
The gauges don't even work anymore because of the swap. It's really hard to connect.
Did it actually rev to 10,000 before it was swapped?
9.2.
9.2?
There was no rev limiter.
Oh yeah, technically because it was
just
like,
valve flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some bits that are pretty hard to find, like the mid-wing on the back.
Yeah.
That's the third one in Europe. I got it new in box, that's why there's a gap.
Okay.
It's shrank in those 30 years. The Klim Air are super rare to find.
Oh yeah.
I have a basket there. This optional thing. That's also really hard to find. And then like stuff like this. There's a drawer here.
Yeah.
That's optimal space.
I love this shit when it's like, I mean, very niche car and you have like, they came with a special edition because most of them didn't came with the little pocket, and then you go out of your way and you find that this is, and like, oh shit, that's what I need. I really like when people do that, because it's...
And I do have a top spoiler that I just got from Australia, but I need to paint it. I have it painted before it comes on top of here.
So silly with the cutout for the wiper.
So if your one didn't have a wiper because it was optional to use a wiper, you still have a hole.
I mean, I see in the Netherlands, like a lot of people have like the hitches. I think for bicycles, right?
Yeah, but also many people have a small trailer. If they go on vacation, or if they do work in the garden, or if they build something. So it's really common to have. At least I still have a warranty, 3 years. Also on the paint. Well, the paint really worked out well in the end.
Yeah. What is this? I love it. What the hell? Who made this? Who's responsible?
Toyota.
It's Toyota. Holy shit, yeah.
I later learned what this was. Will was a brand for which many Japanese companies made products for, and among them was also Toyota, which made 3 models of cars. This Will Cypher is one of them, and it's quite rare to see, especially here in Europe, because they sold quite poorly.
It's such a nugget though.
As well.
They wanted to compete with the Accord or something like that.
With like an Accord and then Preza.
And it's front-wheel drive?
Yes.
And the riding is like out of like it's just something that would be on a Suzuki sport bike, you know.
And I was also super happy to see some really lovely box-shaped Japanese minivans.
They are absolute nuggets, like perfect vehicles.
Well,
yeah, look, there's a bench seat in the front. I love the Advan livery on something that shouldn't have an Advan livery.
The Scion XB or the Toyota BB. Like
Toyota BB, okay.
But this one is a left-hand drive one, so it's probably a Scion, this one.
They are fucking cool though.
They're so spacious inside, holy shit, yeah.
The column shifter, dude, this is...
Speaking of minivans, there were a couple examples of the queen of minivans herself. I am of course talking about the Fiat Multipla. And I'm happy to report that all of the ones present were the OG pre-facelift ones with the goofy beluga whale face, which I much prefer than the normified facelift version. Despite the hate these get, they are actually super practical cars. They are 6-seaters with 3 seats in the front, 3 in the back, and you can also remove each individual seat, except for the driver's one, for maximum space. I just wish I'll be able to get my hands on one before they're all gone. There was a whole section of Renault wins. Quirky, little, kind of sporty, cabrio 2-seaters made on the platform of the 2nd generation Twingo. These are pretty uncommon, so it was nice to see so many of them in one spot. Though the quirkiest Renault out there was, in my opinion, this Avantime. This is a really weird one. It was supposed to be a Grand Tourer coupe SUV type thing that was only available with a V6 or a 2-liter turbo, and some cases with a diesel engine. It's like those modern SUVs with zero off-road capability, just that it came 20 years earlier. Interestingly, it was designed by Patrick Lequemont, the guy who also designed the 3rd generation Twingo. And speaking of which... There was quite a lot of these little guys present, and there was quite a bit of variety from Phase 1 to Phase 4, and there were many special editions present. The most interesting of them was this Twingo Galaxy, which is one of the first, if not the first special edition of the car. It was made to promote the ride Galaxy in the German theme park Phantasialand. Only 200 were ever made, so it's lovely to see one in such pristine condition. Right next to it stood another Twongi, which was fitted with a 1.2 turbo engine from the second generation. I've stumbled upon this build on YouTube a couple of years back, and I was really surprised to see it in person. Both these cars are owned by a couple, and I linked their social media in the description if you'd like to learn more about these cars. Some of the owners were also fans of the channel, so we spent a good amount of time walking around, inspecting all the present examples and nerding out about different specs.
This is like the original of original, because this seat pattern is also like the first edition of the first edition. Oh, it has like leather steering wheel. I never seen that. And yeah, there's even more, like you can see the door handles and everything is also like color coded. The new ones don't have that much. This is like 99?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The first button is for the ignition.
Okay, ignition.
And B and C at the same time is for the starting.
Okay, so A for ignition.
It's on.
And now these two together to start it. Oh, okay, so starter. Oh, awesome.
I can also turn it off from the button. And I can turn it on from the button. It's for all free Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's so cool, dude. Awesome, you made something really fucking cool.
Converted the radio controls from this one to this radio. It's great, it's the best.
It's so rare to see that. Yeah, and you have the no AC, but you don't have the glove box.
A glove box and AC exclusive.
If you have AC, you don't have the glove box. But you can also have like, if you also can have it like this, where you don't have the AC and you also don't have the glove box. I don't know how exactly it works, but I think Phase 4 is like there is no more glove box, I think, or something like that. I don't know, I'm not sure. What does it mean?
You feel better in a show.
Ooh, there's a little RS here. I want to get this once if I can afford it.
Benetton was like a sponsor of the Renault Formula 1 team at that time, so maybe it has to do with that.
As like someone who's worked on a lot of GM Opels, looking at these is kind of like an uncanny valley, because you recognize some stylistic features or like the doorknobs or like steering wheels and such, which are all like shared between these cars, and it's like it's familiar but at the same time not.
I also saw my first couple of Holdens. Among them was one of the most interesting one of all, an HSV Maloo. A proper ute, which would be sure to get a certain green balaclava wearing Aussie very passionate.
I like this because it's like, oh yeah, it's just a simple Civic, but then you look at here, ooh.
Pretty much the definition of the Civic with the laptop on the seat.
Yeah, Civic with a laptop. I fucking love like race liveries on Civics because it just makes sense. For some reason, a lot of people where I'm from kept them in like good condition because they kind of feel attached to them. Oh, these are some premium seats. 55A, what does that mean? Or 55 means it has 55 horsepower, because you also had it 45, 55 was like, back in the day you were the shit if you had 55. Yeah. Mazda 1-to-1, Kia Pride, Ford, I don't know.
Ford Festiva.
Festiva, yeah.
Looks like a Starlet from the front.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of that.
And while they're pretty rare where I'm from, there were a bunch of Starlets here. There was a lovely EP71, the 1.3 version of the one I have back home, and some lovely EP90s as well. Since the event was being held in the parking lot of a Toyota museum, they made some of their collection accessible for visitors. And even that was very impressive. You could see the famous Jelly Bean, one of the race cars from Toyota's brief time in F1, the Corolla WRC car, and the super rare Toyota 2000 GT. And then casually one of my dream unattainable cars, the Lexus LFA. But then also an LFA prototype just beside it. In the other section, which was this huge dome, they had a pristine Eurospec 8.6 and some lovely executive boats like the LS400 and the Toyota Century. And speaking of boats, they also had a Toyota Mirai, which is a hydrogen vehicle and quite a lot bigger in person than I imagined.
It's a Berlingo, boys. S30, I think. This is like one of the most beautiful cars I think ever made. And this color is also like, it fits it so well. Ooh, Toyota Serra. This is beautiful.
Yes.
And like they are JDM only, I guess.
Yeah.
That is a nugget. That is a nugget. It's probably like some two-stroke.
Just too fast engines.
Yeah,
Stuck on the same axle.
That's not a V6.
At around 3 PM, the event started wrapping up, and I would have wanted it to last a little longer because, believe it or not, even though I was walking around for the whole day, I didn't manage to see and film everything before the end of the event. I understand there are probably some limitations when organizing such an event, but it would be really cool if it lasted a little bit longer. One thing I didn't mention was that you could also test drive a Micro Lino, a tiny little EV styled by the old BMW Isetta, as well as some other peculiar vehicles. There was also some kind of show and tell happening on the main stage with people showing off their cars. I didn't understand a word, but according to some local Dutch people, it was entertaining. All in all, I had a lot of fun, saw everything I hoped to and more, and I wish to come back again. There is already a date for the next year's event and I'd love to attend, this time in one of my nuggets. And before you ask, no, I didn't bring the blue, it will need some interior modifications and something done about its rattliness before I can handle a road trip of this caliber. Which is why for this time I borrowed the Fathermobile. This was also my first time in the Netherlands, and this whole experience has left a positive impression of this picturesque land of flats, which is coincidentally full of nuggets everywhere. Which checks out when you realize that the highway speed limit is 100 km/h. But that's going to be all for now. I would like to thank everyone for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and like always, I would like to wish you a great rest of your day.